Hey everyone, thought I'd send an update here at the end of week 1 of the Lakeview Springs Historic Lodge restoration. Had an amazing week. We had a total of 18 different volunteers, some of them here for multiple days, come and help us out. And I'll take you around now and let you see some of the stuff we got done. So here in the bathhouse, we have what used to just be a utility room. It's now our break room. So we got a fridge in here, a microwave. A couple weeks ago I had the internet moved in here. So we've got internet and printing. And then if you've never been in here, this isn't gonna look like much, but this entire area here was completely full of stuff. Old flooring, a bunch of bunk beds, boxes, pretty much from the floor here back, you could barely see the window. So a couple of young girls actually cleared it completely out. They even put together a bunk bed, and so now we've got a lot more space for volunteers to come in, and this will be our break room. We had a volunteer who was kind enough to come in and do some weed whacking around all these piles of wood. We're mowing regularly, but it's the mower doesn't fit in between all these wood piles. And what we don't want is grass growing all the way up to the wood. It's the reason we've got the wood up so high. We want to keep the moisture out. So volunteers took care of that. They got it all edged up, keep protecting the wood. So here's the upstairs of the lodge. We scratched the surface this week, got all of the flooring out, the linoleum, carpet, everything down to the wood floor. Got frames ripped out of the windows. A couple of the windows just all the way ripped out so we could get a lot of this debris out. This floor is interesting. So you can see right here, there was a really nice oak floor that was in here. Now it's not original 1820s period, so we weren't going to keep that, or at least keep that showing anyway. But what we think is sometime in the 50s, when they put the linoleum down, they completely covered this really nice oak floor in this impossible glue. So if that had been original floor, then we would have really had our work cut out for us here. But we've got some great ideas for how we can keep the floor real nice and get it back to the original flooring, even if that means putting period specific flooring on top of this. Underneath that oak floor, there is another wood layer that might be the original floor. I can show you here. You can kind of see it from the side. So this is that top oak flooring. No idea when that went on, but this is probably original flooring right here, this shiplap stuff. So right now the options are we take this off, check out the condition of this and restore it, or we just get another layer of period specific flooring on top of that and have an extra strong, sturdy floor. So we'll have some decisions to make there. So here's the downstairs. We got most of the flooring ripped up here, just like upstairs. In the old kitchen area, Bob and June today took out the island. Well, mostly took out the island, but
It'll be done by the end of the day.
okay. Well, they're gonna stick it out until it's done. And over here we've got Dave and Mike's copper countertops that I will find a place to store them until we decide what to do with them. So tons of progress down here, downstairs. But wait till you see the basement. So we had a project we had some little kids tackling yesterday. On this side of the basement, there is what ought to be a crawl space, but the only person who could actually crawl in there is someone under the age of 8. So we had a bunch of kids under the age of 8 crawling in there, and they've been pulling out dirt by the buckets. And what we're going to do is we're going to lower this the dirt level in here about 3 feet. We're going to put down some plastic and then some white rock, and it's going to be an actual crawl space where we'll be able to do some work on these logs and make everything looking the way it ought to on this side of the basement. So down here in the basement, and this is real cool, but before I show you what we've been doing, I just wanted to show you this floor. This was a dirt floor, and now it's basically a dry rot floor. This is all of the dry rot that we got off of those logs that are the floor joists for this space. Before I point the camera up, I'm going to throw up some before pictures so you can see what those joists look like. So this is what the joists look like before we started, and this is what they look like now. So we took about an average of 1 inch of dry rot off of every single one of these logs, using hatchets and a little bit of chainsaw where it was deeper, and then we went back over it with a hatchet again to smooth everything out, and then we used orbital sanders to get everything nice and down to the good part of the wood. So what we're gonna do next down here is, you can see real good right here where the end of this log comes up against the wall. It has split at the bottom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some eye bolts and we're gonna run it right up through the bottom and reconnect this part of the log that has split. Several of them have split, so we'll get those fixed. And then we're going to take those same eye bolts and we're going to put them in every single one, whether it's split yet or not, because some of those are probably going to start wanting to split at least sometime in the next 100 years. So we want to get ahead of that and just make sure they are all 100% and they keep holding up the building for hopefully another 200 years. It was definitely some dirty work down there in the basement. If you're interested at all in seeing how dirty we got, here's a picture. So in terms of those floor joists, this is the only one that we had to get rid of. There was just way too much dry rot. This particular piece was also too short, and it just looked funny. So we pulled it out, and we already have a replacement for it. We will put it up and it'll look the way it should look, where it's actually holding up flooring, and make it look like the rest of them. I forgot to mention on those joists that are holding up the building, we're also going to put a nice coat of polyurethane, maybe with a little stain on there. So those will be, there won't be any more dry rot or any chance of any bugs getting in them. We're going to make them better than ever. So that's update from the first week at the lodge restoration. Hope you guys have a good week, and if anybody's interested in volunteering, just head to lakeview.camp/Lakeview Springs and sign up, or give me a call. Got plenty of work for you. Thanks. Bye.